Look who's using the front door just like one of you people.
Surprise!
All right, we are here in studio with David Henrie and Janice LeAnn Brown from Wizards Beyond Waverly Place. Welcome, guys.
Hi.
Good to be here. Thank you.
This is a continuation of Wizards of Waverly Place, which ended more than a decade ago, which is insane to think about. But you and Selena both really just slipped back into these roles so easily. Was it sort of natural, like you just kind of fell back into it?
Looking back on it, because we've obviously already shot them, looking back on it now, it should have been way harder than it was. But like, it was so easy. It was effortless. Like, the second action was said, we both just came alive. The chemistry was there. The timing was there. The love was there. The sibling relationship. It was all there.
Are you here for my birthday?
It's your birthday. That's why I came, you know? That's why we're here. We came for your birthday.
When they yelled cut, Selena and I looked at one another and we were like, we still got it. Like, that was crazy.
Now let's talk about the title of the show, because even that is like, you know, Wizards Beyond Waverly Place. Like, that's, how did you settle on that?
We didn't have a title for the longest time. We didn't know what to call it. And you got to get that right. If there's one thing to get right, you got to get that right, because that's the thing everyone's going to see. Like, that's what's going to be on people's lips, and you got to get that right. So there were lots of back and forth, many different iterations and different titles, and Wizards Beyond Waverly Place really felt like it captures the spirit of the original, but also gives the right mental image to fans that this isn't just straight Wizards of Waverly Place. This is something beyond that. This is something different. It's no longer on Waverly Place. My family lives on Staten Island. Look, the whole goal of the show was to try to give the original fan just a nice warm hug and let them know that they're seen, understood, and appreciated. But at the same time, it's an invitation to pass the wand to a whole new generation. And we hope that they'll participate in that with us, and they'll recreate maybe an experience they had with an older person, maybe a parent or something, watching the show when they were a kid. Hopefully they can have that now with a young person in their life.
Now, on the original show, you know, it was all about the family wizard competition. You know, you were training for that. Looking back on it, as a kid, I remember being very surprised that Justin did not win. Because I was like, he's like the hardest worker. Like, obviously he should win. When you were doing it, did you kind of figure the whole time, like, yeah, it's going to be Alex?
As the cast, we always debated it. And I think we all saw Max as the unforeseen one. So it wouldn't surprise us if he got it somehow, because no one guessed him. And I was too expected. Like, I think I made the most sense. So you can't do that. So Selena was a really good choice to get it. And, you know, they ended it in a nice way. They gave my character his powers back, and that he's the headmaster of WizTech. So that was all nice.
Well, he's the headmaster of WizTech for a little bit.
Yes. Which is what's fun to play with, because like Selena and I would just be getting together over the years and just talking about what our characters would be up to. And as time went by, we just put together a take. Last you saw Justin, he was headmaster of WizTech. So a great place to start this new series is if that's suddenly gone and there's secrets from his new family. They don't know about his magic.
You're still lying to your family, Justin? I'm so proud of you.
And you learn that there was a tragedy, there was an incident in the past, and that his family now doesn't know because he's protecting. And there's a lot more to it. I don't want to give away too much, but we played with a lot of that to really tie it back to the original show.
I know that it's a quote-unquote unicorn incident that is what ended Justin's time at WizTech.
Yeah, the unicorn incident. That was hilarious. Awful. It was so awful. That's what I was trying to say.
Are we going to find out what that unicorn incident was?
You're going to have to watch. Look, it's really important to us that we grab the audience in the first episode to where you're going, what happened? What unicorn incident? Huh? Justin would never. How did this? And all of that is great, because that plays out throughout the whole first season. Those questions come into play. Things are tied back to the original series. Everything's not what it seems.
As the song goes.
As the song goes. And we very much had a lot of that going on in the first season of the show.
Speaking of the song, we got a new theme song, which is very, very exciting. I mean, same theme song, but remixed. Is that you singing that song?
Yep.
That's really exciting.
Everything is not what it seems when you can have what you want by the simplest of means.
There were sort of two versions in the first show, and then we get this one. This one feels a little, it's kind of like rock heavy. It's a little fun. Like, what was it like, recording that? And it's a big deal.
That was actually my first time ever recording a song. Now, I think pretty much my whole life, I always love singing, like even on set. Like, I don't know if maybe you've noticed, I'll sing out of nowhere. So just to be able to be in the studio, it definitely felt very surreal and everything. And I thought it was gonna be so hard. But it was kind of easy, and it was really fun. It was so much fun, especially seeing the soundboard and everything, seeing how they could tweak little things. It just was a very surreal moment for me, because I was dang, I'm singing a theme song. Janice. especially since I collabed with Selena on the song. And actually, when I heard it, I was like, wow, we kind of sound a little bit similar to each other. That's why I was like, wow, this is crazy.
Everything is not what it seems. Yes, please.
On the original show, Selena's first song she ever sang was the theme song as well. So getting to see Janice really follow in her footsteps and Selena really wanting to empower that in her is wonderful to watch.
Because there's one thing I kind of sort of forgot to mention. Nothing big, just this teeny tiny but very real prophecy about the end of the world and Billie being the only one who could save us.
Billie's also kind of a question mark. Like, we don't know a whole lot about her. So is that fun for you, playing somebody that, like, you don't even know everything about?
Yes, so much. Like, each episode, now I'm like, do I get backstory? What's happening? Like, because it's definitely a challenge for me as an actress as well, because it's like, you don't really know the background of your character. So it's kind of like, she's also trying to figure out who she is as well, and I'm also trying to figure her out. So as I'm going, just the fact that I get to grow with her and she's also growing as a wizard and into the Russo family definitely means a lot to me.
And she's maybe part of a world-saving prophecy, no big deal.
No big deal.
That's another thing about the show is it's really cool. Like, it seems like you're going in with kind of like an arc in mind. It feels like a little more serialized than the original show.
Yeah, and I think on the original show, in the second, third, fourth seasons, as the show went on, we did a lot more of that. And I think that caught a lot of people's attention and really meant a lot to folks. So I'm excited to do that again with this show. Yes, there's a lot going on behind the scenes, and there's been a lot of thought spent on it.
Obviously, you have this huge pool of, characters that people would love to see again. We get Alex. I know David Eloise is coming back.
Yes.
And Max is mentioned.
So you're the guy who owns all the sandwich shops, like the billionaire?
No, that would be Max.
Any chance that we might see the youngest Russo sibling?
For Max and for everyone in the show, we want everyone to come back. I think it just makes sense with their schedules and timing and everything, but we want absolutely everyone to come back. It would be a joy to have everyone come back. So you're gonna have to watch the show, because we definitely have multiple characters reprising their roles. And I don't want to give away too much. You're going to have to watch it. But yes, we do have people coming back in the show, and we want all of them.
I love it. It's funny, looking back at the original show, you had, in addition to just really cool characters, there were some big names that were on that show. Like, the one that's burned into my brain is Octavia Spencer at
Yes.
Winstead.
From your chin to your toes, an elephant trunk grows.
The image of her with, like, the elephant nose, I want that, like, hung up in like, a museum.
I mean, you do a show for hundreds of episodes. You work with a lot of different guest stars, and they're just in and out. And she was a guest star that made such an impression on me. And she wasn't, who she is now then. She just came in and she did a great freaking job. I remember thinking, she is fully committed. Like, she is all in on this role. And then she becomes an Oscar, caliber actress. I'm like, not surprised, because she really went all out. And it's just such a beautiful thing to think, like, no matter where you are in your acting career, there's always hope, and you should always keep going and giving every role your all, because she went from doing, a guest star on a Disney sitcom to, an Oscar caliber actress. Like, it's that was so cool for me to see.
I'm crossing my fingers and my elephant trunk that she comes back to play.
That would be amazing.
You're watching Disney Channel. Still got it.
Now, one of the coolest things about doing anything on Disney Channel is getting to do, what is it called? The Wand ID?
Wand ID, yeah.
That's the official name. Did you get to do that?
Yes, honestly. I thought it was going to be so awkward, but for whatever reason, it felt magical in a way. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. And I also did mine with Taylor, Alkeo, and Max, and Mr. David Henrie. So it definitely was, like, very surreal to me, especially since, like, I used to watch the Disney Wand ID bloopers on YouTube all the time, because it was just so funny to me. Because, like, I don't know how they did, but, like, the scribbles of, like, when they would, like, attempt to do the Mickey Mouse ears, it was so funny to me. So the fact that I got to be a part of that, it definitely was like 5-year-old me was like screaming. I was like, oh! So yeah, I was so really happy, and it was so much fun.
Yeah, but they've streamlined the process now. They've updated their tech.
Yeah.
In the past, it was like a piece of tape on the ground that was off in the distance, and you'd be like trying to trace the tape as you did the thing. And now it's like a flat screen TV under the camera with like instructions. It's way more elevated now. I was like, man, you kids got it easy these days.
And that's how it's done.
Do they tell you what to do, or are they like go at it.
They tell you what to do in terms of like, here's how you do the ears, but everything else is you. So if you want to spin it or flip it or smile or not or whatever you want to do, that's all you. But they do tell you what to do with the ears.
And you're watching Disney Channel.
There's a line in one of the episodes. You mentioned Selena Gomez's name as a person who exists in the world. Does that mean that there's like this is the kind of like nerdy, weird stuff that I like focus on. Does that mean that there's like a Selena Gomez in this world and she was on a Disney Channel show?
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, maybe. You know, we're getting into this like whole time travel logic kind of thing. It's like we're going deep. So yeah, I think so. And to make it even, to blow your mind up even more, our family in the show in Staten Island, we have all of Selena Gomez's pots and pans from her collab. So we use Selena Gomez's pots and pans, who's not Alex Russo.
That's...
Yeah, see? Heads exploding.
I...
Heads exploding. Those are Selena's pots and pans, not Alex Russo.
That is incredible.
Yeah.